Live. We are live. We are live. We are live on TikTok. We are live on Facebook. We're live on LinkedIn, YouTube, and X. Although it says we're experiencing some issues with X. Hope everybody's doing amazing. I'm doing amazing. Camila is here. Welcome. Welcome to our live. We love you. You're the man. Oh, that's so kind of you. Monka. Hey, Josh. Hey, Monka. How's it going? Who's going to be the first person to ask me a question today? I don't know, but I'm excited to find out who it is and what it's going to be. So I'm coming to you live from Los Angeles, California. And I hope wherever you are, it's beautiful today. It's been raining here for the past few weeks, past week or so, and now the sun has come out and everything's beautiful. Any update on the I-45 refuge? I want to file my citizenship application with you. Let's do it. Are you a jeweler? No, I'm not. I'm an immigration attorney. I help people reach their U.S. immigration goals. I help them, inspire them, give them advice. We represent people in all 50 states and around the world. If you get value out of this live, as I hope you do, please hit the like button. Please share this with your followers. And if you're on TikTok, if you want to come in and ask me a question, I can jump in. It's rainy in Minnesota. At least the ICE agents seem to have been gone. So that's positive, right? Very positive. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, everybody. Are you planning to do onboarding group lawsuit for 75 and 39 countries? We're thinking about it. We're thinking about it. Can you please let us know if Texas still gives bond on habeas? A lot of times what they do is they'll remand the case to an immigration court for them to give bond. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes judges will say, yes, I'll give you bond, but it's going to be $80,000. Or they'll say, no bond, something like that. One of the things that's on my mind is this USCIS memo that came out on January 1st. And I hadn't fully absorbed exactly what it means. I don't think a lot of immigration lawyers have, but it basically takes a group of countries, not just the countries on the ban, but there are other countries. And it says, not only are you we're not going to approve any immigration benefits for you. What I'm talking about is not just green cards or visas. I'm talking about work permits, travel documents, parole, reentry permits, naturalization, nothing. So if you're from a country like Somalia, I mean, this could have a devastating impact on you. I met with somebody yesterday from Myanmar, Burma, and she was waiting for her reentry permit so she could travel, and doesn't look like it was going. Isabella, thank you for sending me all this stuff, a heart, lightning bolt, so many cool things. Thank you, thank you, thank you. West Coast Merle Chihuahuas, thank you. You're awesome. What can I do to help? Isabella, I just got an I-130 interview. What should I expect? Is this based on marriage? Is it based on marriage? Let me know, Isabella. And if you want to jump in, I could have you as a guest and you could ask me your questions, because I bet they would be good questions that a lot of people would want to know. So I'm going to invite you on. Questions about I-130. And I'm going to put my email address in here.
Hello.
What's going on, Isabella?
It's going good.
Yeah.
I recently got a notification yesterday of a I-130 marriage-based interview.
Okay, that's awesome.
It's for my husband, and the process is really quite new to me. I'm not sure what actually it entails, so
Okay.
we're kind of nervous.
Okay, I got you. All right, so everybody listen up. You have a marriage-based green card interview coming up. Where's your interview? When?
So the notice was actually sent to my email through the website,
Uh-huh.
and we haven't received the
Okay.
actual hard copy in the mail, so we don't know yet.
Where do you live?
In El Paso, Texas.
Okay, fantastic. And you're a U.S. citizen?
Yes, sir.
And your husband is seeking a green card through marriage to you?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. So what is it about the interview that makes you nervous? What can I do to help?
So our nerves are that he was detained last year in February.
Why? By whom?
He got out on a bond, and we just are afraid of like the questions that they're going to ask.
Well, who detained him? Was it the police for a criminal case, or was it immigration?
So a little backstory, he was actually doing a job at the military base, which he had a permit to be at. And I'm not sure why they decided that day to call whoever they called, but they called the Border Patrol agents.
Okay. So the Border Patrol agents arrested him and let him go.
They arrested him and they sent him to one of the camps here. Then he was later sent to Torrance. And he was there for about 2 months.
2 months? Okay. Did he have to go to immigration court?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And is that all done?
Yes. So he's done with the courts with them, and he has a court date in August this year in El Paso County.
Okay. So this is just for the I-130.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have a lawyer right now?
We do.
Okay.
But it's kind of, hard with this lawyer that we're with, to be honest.
Okay. Well, you need a lawyer who it's not hard with, a lawyer who is going to be by your side. And I'm not trying to pitch you on my services. We'd be happy to help you. But if you don't feel comfortable with this lawyer, you need to get a new lawyer because this is important, serious stuff.
Uh-huh.
If you're in immigration court, your husband's in immigration court, they can only make a decision on the I-130. And the purpose of the I-130 basically has two different things going on. First, there's biographical information, okay? Name, address, phone number, work history, address history, place of birth, date of birth, identity documents, that kind of thing, right?
Right.
And then there's another part of the case where they have to prove that your marriage is legal and that you have a relationship that's legit.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have kids with him?
Yes, I do.
How many?
Just one.
Okay, fantastic. So if you have kids, then you're going to win that. How can they say that the marriage is, and you live with them?
Yes, I do.
So if you live with them and you have a kid, you win that argument. You win.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Okay.
There's no way they can say your marriage relationship isn't genuine. If you can prove you live with them and you have a kid, you're good to go. Okay. But you should provide more documentation, proof that you have a bank account together, photos. Your lawyer should go through all this stuff with you. And then he should bring his birth certificate with a translation, his marriage certificate, any divorce certificates, any kind of criminal stuff, paperwork from immigration court, and so on. And what you're hoping to get out of all this is you're hoping to walk out of this, walk out with an approved I-130. Okay?
Okay.
Does this help?
Yes, it does help. I did do a bit of research in regards to the interviewing process, and I think that one of the questions that possibly that may come up that does make me hesitant and uncomfortable is working while not permitted to work in the States.
Right.
How do you go about answering that question?
Well, he's worked without permission, I'm assuming.
Right.
So just tell him.
Uh-huh.
Now, one thing that's important for you to know, and everybody should know this, is that working without work permit is not an obstacle to getting a green card through marriage to a U.S. citizen.
Okay.
Let me repeat that. If you work without authorization and you're married to a U.S. citizen, you're getting a green card through marriage, that will not be an obstacle for you to get a green card. Okay?
Okay.
Now, if you lie about it and said, oh, he never worked, then you have a big problem. But don't lie about it. Just come clean. It's not a big deal. Okay?
Yes. Okay. Thank you so
All right.
much. I really appreciate
Yeah.
your help.
Reach out to me if you want case-specific representation. Okay?
Awesome. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Good luck. Was that helpful? Did you guys like that? Because there's a lot of information there. All right, I'm going to go through and answer some questions. Someone said, can you repeat that? I'm not sure what I should repeat, but here's a question. What are your thoughts on when the 75 country visa ban will be removed? I think it will be removed when the Republicans no longer have control of the White House. If the Democrats win the election in 2028 and a new president is inaugurated on January 20th of 2029, then the next president, if it's a Democrat, will remove all this. If the Republicans continue to hold the White House, then they're going to continue the ban. And if they win the White House, the ban will continue indefinitely. This is my prediction. I very much hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong and that tomorrow they lift the ban and that all of you can pile on and say, Josh, you don't know what you're talking about. This ban ended right away. You're wrong. And then I would say, that's great. I'm happy to be wrong. Here's a question from Ayan Sirwan. Said, Josh, I appreciate your thoughts. I petitioned for your wife. It's pending with USCIS. She's from Iraq. It was previously married and divorced in Turkey. I included the Turkish divorce decree. Our marriage contract lists her as unmarried, not divorced. Could this be a cause for denial? Our marriage contract lists her as unmarried and not divorced. Could this? Well, why does it list that like that? That seems wrong. Why not fix it? I don't know, but it does. It seems a little fishy. Yeah. Another question. Here's Colonel Arshel Megans. Yes, bunch of cool emojis. I am from 75 countries. Hey, Josh, I have a question on the I-129 fiance visa from Sweet B. All right, hit me up with your question. Zion says, what about the I-730 refugee and asylum family issued from 75 countries? I-730s are banned because Trump doesn't like them, and he said no more refugee resettlement. So that's the rule on that. Is it possible that Trump could go for a third term? The Constitution does not permit people to have a third term, but I don't know. The law doesn't seem to bother Trump. Norms don't seem to bother Trump. What about spouses? What about them? Suban, let me know. Za says, my oath ceremony is canceled twice and it's been more than 120 days since the interview. Can you help? Yes, I can. Here's what I would do if your oath ceremony is messed up. I would go to court and I would file a lawsuit and I would ask a federal judge to take over. 8 U.S.C. 1447B gives you the power and the ability to have a federal judge take over your case. And that's exactly what I would do. That's how I would handle it if I were you. This is a follow-up. It says, because our first marriage took place in Turkey, not Iraq, and we got married in Iraq, she was not divorced in Iraq. I don't buy that. No. If I got married and divorced in the United States and I moved to a new country and they said, please list your history of being married and divorced in your marital history, you're not going to tell them about it because it was in a different country? I don't think so. That doesn't sound right to me. Is there any update about the visa pause today? No. The visa pause continues. What is happening with overstaying and green card, says P. There were some cases coming out of San Diego where people who've overstayed their visas were getting arrested at their interviews. This practice is not widespread. So, Sweet B, I messaged you, Mr. Josh. Thank you, Sweet B. Can you send me your number so we can talk about it and go through the process? Yes. What you should do is go to my bio and you can find my contact information. Pardon me 1 second. All right, I'm back. Can I still travel to Afghanistan as an LPR? Yes, but let's talk about it. Okay. Are you a refugee from Afghanistan? Did you get asylum from Afghanistan? If the answer is yes, then going back there with your green card is counter to your whole status as an immigration lawyer, as a refugee. You know, your whole case is based on fear of returning, and then if you go back, I don't know. Do you think a judge will block the 75 visa pause on March 31st? I hope so, but I don't know. Good day. Is it true that the green card home country property will also be taxed? Green card holders and permanent residents are taxed on their worldwide income. Quise Eagles. My wife had a relationship on the side. Okay. Here's a question from Ayab Mokhtare. Let me ask you something. I filed a federal lawsuit against the U.S. State Department because they refused to process my wife's IR-1 immigrant visa under 221G, saying that there was some kind of policy pause. After I filed the lawsuit, I requested a TRO, and the government attorney contacted me, and shortly after that, the USCIS reached out for my wife's passport to continue visa processing. So my question is, legally speaking, does that mean that the lawsuit first forced them to act? And there's nothing more to the and. Yes, I think they did force them to act. You were stuck, and then you filed the lawsuit, and now you're not stuck. The federal lawsuit in Supreme Court cannot do anything to uplift the pause of visas. Well, I don't know about that. We'll see. I have a green card for the past 5 years, and I'm from Afghanistan. Can I apply for citizenship? Yes, you can apply for citizenship, but will they process your application? I don't think so. I don't think so. Bro, I need information about I-730 case, and I don't have a green card but processing the last 6 months. The I-730 is a good path forward for you. It's a good one. How can I inform USCIS? Inform them of what? Avril, hey, can you add me, Mr. Josh? Because I have one question that I'd like to ask. Sure, I'll add you. Here you go, brother. Avril GTK. Sure.
Yeah, I've been following you for a little while now.
That's great.
The question regarding the immigration process.
Uh-huh.
I came to the U.S. as an international student.
Yeah.
And then I changed my status to temporary protected status from South Sudan.
Yeah.
And then recently last year they terminated like in November. And then again recently it was blocked. But before they terminated, I went to apply for asylum right away.
Okay.
So it's still pending right now, and they told me that the next step that left for me is an in-person interview, and I'm still waiting when they're going to schedule that for me.
Okay.
So my question is, I have a work permit that was under TPS. It was supposed to be terminated, but it's already expired. But they allowed me to continue working. They haven't said anything about it. Should I be worried about it or not?
I don't know. Maybe I would be worried about it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I've been working here and there, but they haven't really said anything. So, because what I read before, if you are under TPS and it's still active, then I should be okay with the work permit that I applied for.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, I think you're on the right track. Okay.
Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you. So the last question I would like to ask about
Yeah.
this interview coming up. So what should I be worried about? What should I get prepared with? Like
What kind of case do you have again?
asylum.
Asylum. So you've been approved for asylum, or you're waiting?
I'm still waiting. So they told me that the next step, the lab is an interview.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How long has your asylum case been pending?
It's going to be about 3 months now. I just started last year in November.
You just filed it?
Yeah.
I don't know. So is this an asylum interview?
Yeah, that's what they said on my status. That the next step is because they scheduled me. for
Right, but
2
what I'm saying is this an asylum interview?
Yeah, so that's what they told me. That the next
Okay.
step yeah.
If this is if this is an asylum interview, it's a really big deal. You get to sit in front of an asylum officer and tell your story. Why can't you return to your home country? You get to tell them all the reasons, okay?
Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, very good luck. Bye. All right. Good question. IOB says, so my question is, legally speaking, does it mean that the lawsuit forced them to act? I mean, they now issue the visa. Can the government try to desist my case as moot? Or does it still have the authority to review what happened? If you want an even shorter or more live video, I sued the State Department because they weren't processing my advice. After I filed, they suddenly asked me, did the lawsuit, I think you're overthinking it. It sounds like it worked. Once your wife's visa is issued, then delete everything. All right, who wants to come on the call? Who wants to be in here? I'm going to bring someone in. Hang on. Hello. Hello. Anybody? Who wants to come in? Who's got a question for me? Who can I help? How do you get on? You have to come on TikTok. Josh is immigration. I'm doing great. What's going on, brother?
I lost my first interview. Then I went to my second one. I went to my second interview yesterday. My second date.
Hold on.
I went in.
Time out. Interview for what?
Okay.
Interview for what?
For my wife's permanent green card.
You went to an interview for your wife's green card.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Where?
In Newark, New Jersey.
Newark. Okay, great. Now, sorry, carry on.
They had her in. They had a stroke interview. They took us apart, right?
Yeah.
They 45 minutes.
Okay.
Like say an hour. They had her in there.
Okay.
Then I went in. They asked me 3 questions. I was in there for less than 10 minutes.
Okay.
Then all she said, "Oh, everything's done. I don't need nothing else."
Okay.
Then she gave me a paper that said, "Your case is being under reviewed."
Okay.
Then this morning I got an interview that said, "Your case action has been taken in your case."
Okay.
They sent it twice.
Okay.
Then I log in and all it says case is being actively reviewed.
Okay.
And that's all I know.
Okay.
Do I have to proceed, get a lawyer or something for this, or what is it?
So you didn't have a lawyer?
No.
Okay. Well, let me give you my thoughts on what's going on. First of all, every office does things a little bit differently. In California, where I practice, if they separate you, that means they think something's fishy. But in Newark, maybe that's just the way they do it. So I don't know if it's a bad thing or not. Secondly, the fact that they separate you doesn't mean that you did something wrong or that the case is in trouble. Okay. They just want to see if your marriage relationship is genuine and real.
Okay.
You know, do you guys really live together? Do you really share your lives? Is it a fake marriage? Because if it's a fake marriage, they're going to catch you. If it's a real marriage, you should be able to show them that. The other thing,
everything.
yeah, the other thing I want to tell you is if you're not approved and she doesn't have her green card in her hand, then what you can assume is that they're checking you out.
Mhm.
They're investigating you. They're watching you. They're seeing whether you file your taxes together, whether she has a driver's license with the correct address on it, whether you have a driver's license with the correct address on it, whether you have bills together, whether you know, they'll come over to your house at 6 o'clock in the morning, see if your stuff is there.
Okay.
You know, all that. So know that you're being watched.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll have the coffee ready for them.
Is that fair? Is that helpful?
I've been like the coffee. I'll have the coffee ready for them. They're coming at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'll be up because I got to be at work.
Okay, that's fair, but they're going to come and look in your closet and they want to see whether your stuff is there.
Oh no! Trust me, they'll see a lot of dirty laundry. Okay, they can come in anytime they want to.
Okay, I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm just telling you this so that you can get ready, be prepared.
I've been ready. Thank you, sir.
Okay, I hope that helps.
Thank you.
Good luck.
All right.
Bye. I hope that helps. I love this attorney. Says there, I love this attorney. Very intelligent. God bless you from Chicago. Oh, thank you so much. He is funny. That was funny. He's going to have the coffee ready for him. Midlife coach wants to co-host this. I don't know. Thank you for helping the community. Here's someone. I have 3 misdemeanors, all dismissed. 1 entry. My son is in the Army. Can I do PIP? Maybe. A misdemeanor doesn't mean anything for an immigration lawyer. It's a state law term. Drug possession could be a misdemeanor. That's a big problem for immigration. On the other hand, jaywalking could be a misdemeanor, which is no big deal. So it depends. But I'm a fan of military parole in place. Military parole in place solves one problem. You came into the U.S. and you snuck across the border. Okay? That's how you came in. If that's what happened to you, military parole in place will fix it. That's the solution. How can I call you if I have questions? Go to my bio. You can do that in my bio. Here's someone. I couldn't get married in Turkey. I'm a citizen, and my child's father lives there now, but he's Syrian. I want to know if immigration accepts a marriage as arranged through the internet. Do not do that. Do not do that. Do not do that. Do not do the marriage arranged through the internet. Do not do that. Do not. What you can do instead is go and meet this person and get married in person. Or if you can't sort that out, file for a fiance visa saying that you plan to get married in the US. But don't do this online marriage thing. Do not, because it backfires for immigration. Okay? I'm from Chad. My oath ceremony got canceled. Okay. Does anybody out there have a canceled oath ceremony? If you have a canceled oath ceremony, let me know in the comments below, because I'm about to tell you what you need to know about canceled oath ceremonies. Okay? The reason your oath ceremony got canceled is that Donald Trump thinks that you should not be allowed to be approved for naturalization if you're from Chad, Somalia, Afghanistan, or other countries. There's certain countries, he doesn't like those countries, and he doesn't want you to be approved for naturalization if you're from those countries. So the fact that you deserve to be approved, the fact that an immigration officer has recommended you for approval, the fact that USCIS has scheduled your oath ceremony notice, none of that matters, because the President of the United States, he doesn't like that. He doesn't want you to get approved. You're from this country. So how do you get your naturalization oath ceremony rescheduled? This is how you do it. You go to court and you file a lawsuit in court. You sue them and you say, I want a judge to take over my case. I want a judge to take over my case and look at everything to see if I meet all the requirements for naturalization. That's what you do. You take it out of the hands of USCIS. And N3P star says, I heard that they might lift the pause in 2 weeks. Is this true? It might be. I don't know. They might lift the pause. They might not lift the pause. I don't know what that means. Emmy Western has given me all sorts of gifts, a rose, a this, a that. Thank you for being so kind. I'm going to follow this person. Can an immigrant who crossed the border and was issued an I-94 after inspection marry his girlfriend, ex-cop, to adjust status? Well, I guess the question is, did you enter the U.S. with inspection or not? If you cross the border, how did you get the I-94 to show that you entered with inspection? Here we go. Pretty girl in odds. My son will need an immigration attorney. He's good green card holder, off probation for 3 years now. Okay, have him reach out to me using the link in my bio. I got him. I'm going to help him out. Here it is. Questions. Questions. What other questions do we have? Dr. E, I submitted my I-130 EB2 in 2004, not premium, no decision. Can I submit a premium form now in 2026? I don't know. I don't know if you can do that. What I like to do is file lawsuits to challenge delays. If your EB2 application's been pending for 2+ years, I think that's something we might look at. Here's someone who says, I don't have a green card. If I marry a German citizen, how do I withdraw from my family case? I don't know what kind of family case you have. What do you think the pause of the I-45 will end? My partner's been waiting. I think it's going to continue indefinitely. I hope I'm wrong. Here's Corey Kelly. You, Mr. Jim, and Brad are the best people ever. God bless you for helping everyone in need. I love those attorneys. It's an honor to be mentioned with them. So thank you. I am traveling to my home country with SIJS, Special Immigrant Juvenile Visa Green Card. No, you're not. This is Har Chaudhary. You're not traveling to your home country with SIJS, Special Juvenile Immigrant Green Card. You're traveling with a green card, okay? Doesn't matter if you got your green card through marriage, through employment, through asylum. You have a green card, okay? That's a green card. You're a permanent resident. So don't tell me it's a SIJS green card. Do you guys understand the difference? Yes, there's a code on the green card that says what kind of, but it gives you the legal rights of a permanent resident. Very important that you understand that. What does refused mean? It's a tricky one. In the world of visas, if you're trying to get a visa is permission to enter the U.S. It's something that goes in your passport. You're outside the U.S. They don't say denied. The word denied does not exist in visa world, okay? The only word that exists is refused. So refused can mean two things. One, it can mean that your visa is temporarily on hold. It's refused and it will be reconsidered, to use their language. So that's one meaning of the word refused. The other meaning of the word refused is that you are denied. So how do you know what it is? It's hard. It's complicated. You need to get a lawyer to sort this out. Here's Liza Tito. How do we speed up the interview scheduling? Is a doctor report of the petitioner's accident helpful? I don't know if there's a way to speed this up, and I'd like to hear more about what kind of case you have so I can give you advice on how to get it going. Here's Averell JTK. Josh, am I allowed to travel on a pending asylum case if I have an emergency? I forgot to ask that before. You need to request permission to travel. Almost there, bestie. Can you help me? Yes. Lost your voice. No. Can you help me? Yes. I can try. Let's get someone else on here. Let's get Emmy on here. Let's get Emmy on here. Anybody? Anybody? All right, let's get someone else on here. Anybody want to join me? Here's Ion. Hello.
Yes. Hi, Joshua. Thank you so much for allowing me to hop on.
Sure. What's going on?
I had a question. Yeah, so I know I commented previously, but my situation is I've petitioned for my wife as an LPR,
Okay.
and we're both from Iraq. We got married in Iraq, but she got married in Turkey for her first marriage and got divorced there as well. So when we got married in Iraq, because that marriage did not take place there, she wasn't certified as divorced. Nonetheless, I did send her divorce letter to USCIS when I applied, and it's currently pending. But I was just very kind of anxious to see if it's going to cause an issue.
Yeah.
Or
So let me give you a little more background on that. On the application for your wife, on the I-130, you have to list out whether you've ever been married before or divorced before. You have to list out your marital history, right?
yes, and I have done that for her and for me as well.
Did you do that accurately?
Yes,
Okay. So you included the divorce in Turkey.
yes.
Okay. I mean, I would love to have all the paperwork be accurate.
Mhm.
If you're getting married in Iraq, maybe I've got the countries mixed up, but somewhere you didn't include the divorce because it was in a different country.
Well, for her, the civil status was not changed in Iraq, so they didn't change it on her marriage certificate. That's the problem.
I would love for that all to be accurate, you know?
Yeah.
Because think about it this way. If I get married and divorced in the United States, then I move to Canada, I would have to disclose that on any kind of civil paperwork, right? I couldn't just say I was never married just because it happened elsewhere.
That's true.
So try to keep it consistent and make sure everything's accurate, okay?
Will do. Can I ask one last question? and
Sure.
I'll stop on it.
Yeah.
But thank you so much.
No.
I know there's a list of countries that are paused for immigrant visas, and there's
Yeah.
a list for banned visas. Iraq is on the paused immigrant visa list, indefinitely, of course. But I'm an LPR from Iraq. Do you think my petition for citizenship will get denied, or is that not effective on Iraq? or
Are you
the paused
did
countries?
you apply for citizenship?
Not yet. I'll apply probably next year when I finish my 5-year continuous residence.
Look, I got to be honest with you.
Mhm.
Nobody knows what's going to be happening next year with immigration. Right now, according to my research, if you're from Iraq, you can file for naturalization, but they're not going to process it. So I still think you should file for naturalization. I just don't know whether they'll process it or when they'll process it. There's some sort of hold on it. But you have to accept that we live with a degree of uncertainty. Okay.
Understood.
Good luck, brother.
Thank you so much. I
Okay.
appreciate it.
I know. Alicita Garcia, do you think that the 75 country pause can be lifted before I send my husband to Guatemala? Why would you send your husband to Guatemala? That doesn't make sense. Before I send my husband to Guatemala, why would you send him there? Alicita, do you want to come on and talk about it? For the consular appointment. Okay. No quiero irme a Guatemala para meterme en Guatapeor. I shouldn't say that. It's a bad joke. I love Guatemala, by the way. Yeah, I mean, Alicita, I don't know off the top of my head whether Guatemala is on the list of countries, but obviously you don't want to send him there until you have very, very clear idea about whether he'll be able to come back and get the visa and so on. It sounds like you may have an I-601A case. So I'd like to know more about that. But keep in mind that these cases take a very long time, and what immigration will look like down the road is very unclear. Okay. I hope that helps. Where do we send the questions? You just asked a question right here. And if you want to jump on live, just put a request in. I have the waiver. Okay, you got the waiver approved. Well, I don't know, Alicita, if you have an immigration lawyer, but if you need one, I know a really good lawyer. And I can help you out. All right, let's go. Hire this lawyer. He's the best, says Corey Kelly 25323. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. Here's a nice question from, well, let me go and put my email address up on Facebook, because that may help you. Boom, there we go. Here are some other questions. All right. Hello, I have a question, says Zakaria Abdu. Hello, I have a question. My brother has a green card with him by marriage and wants to take an exam to obtain citizenship, but he's worried that he was taking food and food aid only a year ago, and he's given up these voluntarily, the annual income provided. My question is there any harm to take the exam? Thank you. I think what you mean is, should he apply for naturalization if he was taking food stamps or something like that? And I think the answer is yes, you should go forward and apply, because that's not a question that is a main focus for naturalization. Corey 8118, AOS adjustment of status marriage interview 2 weeks ago. No update yet. Is this unusual? What are your thoughts? What to do about it? 2 weeks. No, it's not a cause for concern. If it drags on, then I think what you might be concerned about is that you might be concerned that they are investigating your relationship to see if they think it's real. So that means file your taxes together, have a bank account together, have kids together, go on trips together, take photos together, share all sorts of finances together, all that good stuff. Right? Hope that helps. Let me know your questions in the comments. These are some good questions. My cousin, here's somebody, Peter King. What flag is that, Peter? I'm trying to understand your flag. Peter King, 1804. What flag do you have? It's red at the bottom and blue at the top. What flag is it? My cousin sent a vow petition. It's been 9 months and she's waiting for the receipt notice. It takes a really long time, but Haiti, oh, sac passe. 9 months is a long time to wait for the receipt notice. When you submitted the application, did you track it? Can you track it? Let me know. April Moon. I couldn't get a Pakistani husband a tourist visa. SRH. I filed an I-130 for my Pakistani husband due to the pause. Can he travel on a tourist visa while we wait? Can he travel on a tourist visa to the United States? I don't think that is a good idea, because those visas are often denied. And if you're married to a U.S. citizen or permanent resident and you already have somebody who's filed a petition for you, then that's probably not great. Here's disorder reorder. You're not answering my question. Please, can you help me explain the EB2? Okay. I'm going to try to find your specific question about EB2. Is your question about the national interest waiver? That EB2? How Somali I-130? You can file an I-130 if you're Somali, but okay, national interest waiver. You have to prove that you have extraordinary ability, exceptional ability in an area that benefits the United States. Do the best thinking the best. Yes. My phone number is in my bio. So if you want to reach me, you can go to the bio on TikTok and find me. Here's a question from Facebook, Zarif Wali. Hey, Josh, I have a question regarding sponsorship from Afghanistan. Can a U.S. citizen sponsor his spouse or have to wait until the pause is over? Yes, you can sponsor your spouse if you're from Afghanistan. You can file a visa petition to sponsor your spouse. The only problem is they say they're not going to process it. This is temporary. The reason that Trump instituted this is that there was a horrible crime where somebody from Afghanistan had a gun and shot people. It was terrible. And so all cases from Afghanistan paused. Is that fair? I don't think so. In fact, the nationality of the guy who did this, there's no reason for that to result in collective punishment for everybody. Questions. If I were to withdraw my case from the family green card case, will it affect the rest of my family? If I were to withdraw from my family green card case, will it affect the rest of my family? I don't know. I need to know more about that. Here's a question from JoeCon I7G. Hey, Josh, how are you? I'm great. Thank you. Do you have any experience in the Denver field office of recent? I have a case there recently that we got approved. If so, how long are approvals taking on average after the interview for a marriage-based AOS from being out of status? It's very hard to generalize, but what I would say is this. If you're not approved at the interview or shortly after the interview, then you should assume that your case is being reviewed. And what they're reviewing is whether or not they think that your marriage is based on a relationship that's legit. Okay? That's what they think. So pardon me one second. I'm coming back. So while your case is pending, if it's pending after your marriage green card interview, take steps to make sure that you're documenting your case. Okay? That's what you should do. When will Trump end the spouse ban? When will Trump end the spouse ban? I don't know why he would. She kept asking this question, why is VAWA taking so long to get approved? Peter King, I thought your question was why it took so long to get the receipt notice, not approval. Joe Kahn says the interview was really smooth, 5 questions about the marriage, and that's it. The rest of the time, the officer spent correcting the address and employment history. You probably get approved right away, but if you don't, continue to document. Document your case. Keep your money shared together. Go on trips together. Take photos together. Prove that the relationship is genuine, that you live together. Husband and son are at the NVC. Daughter's awaiting I-130 approval. We are all in Canada, but I am a U.S. citizen. Okay, can I expedite based on job relocation? You can try, but these expedite requests are rarely approved, and I don't think they're going to do it. But why not ask? Please, you didn't answer my question, says Hillary as a D Jr. Okay, Hillary, I'm sorry. Accept my apology, please. I'll go back and try to find your question. Here it is. Hi, attorney. I left the United States 6 years ago on an emergency call from my home country. I was issued a conditional green card, which is now expired. I was issued a driver's license, social security number. What can I do to return back to the U.S.? Okay, Hillary, are you still married? Are you still married? Let me know. Maybe your significant other, your spouse, could petition for you and bring you back to the United States. I need to know a little more about what's going on. 6 years is a long time, brother. Or ma'am. There's a picture of a guy, so I don't know. Here's podcast. Kuchalo podcast. Yes, I'll be on your podcast. Why not? Suspension of 75 countries. Can we expect this to be over? No reason. I hope it's over. I hope it's over. I do. Here's baby Kamomo.
Hi, good morning.
How's it going?
I'm good, and you?
I'm fantastic. What can I do to help?
I'm immigrant. I don't know how to file my tax. Then send me my DW2.
Okay, so you have a question about how to file your taxes?
Yes, I have a baby.
Okay, fantastic. Congratulations.
So I don't know how to do.
Okay. How much money did you make last year, roughly? If you don't mind me asking.
This is media to show my salary.
What now? Okay. Well, listen, I'm
Let
an
me just say I work like 4 hours, 5 hours. I'm doing caregiver. I have
Okay.
$20 an hour.
all right. Let me. Your baby sounds incredibly cute. Listen, I'm gonna disconnect real quick. Okay. Here's the answer. I'm an immigration guy. I know a lot about certain immigration issues, but if you ask me, how do I file my taxes? I don't know. There are tax professionals that are experts on this, and I am not one of them. Okay, Josh, I filed for my husband I-130, and it's been 15 months now. I didn't get approval. What should I do? I'm Somalian. Okay. So you should know, I'm very sorry to say, you should know that there is this ban, and they're not going to process paperwork if you're from Somalia. So you can file it, and you should file it, and I'm glad you filed it. I just don't know whether they're going to process the paperwork because of this ban. I don't know. So I give you my condolences. Lila Gallo 7354. Hey Josh, I'm going to try to make this short, but my husband is Colombian and he's been here for I don't know where's the rest of that question? I don't know. Husband's from Colombia. That's all we know. Husband's from Colombia. But he won the lottery, $100 million. I'm just making this up. I've been in 221G for 10 months from Venezuela, immigrant visa. Venezuela is on the shit list that Trump has. They're not going to issue. Oh, Ramadan Mubarak. I forgot to say that to everyone. Ramadan Mubarak. I'm not Muslim, but my friends are, and so are my clients, so many of them. But I'm going back to our Venezuelan friend. They will not issue a visa from Venezuela. They won't. So you have to just chill out in 221G and understand that there's not much you can do about that. I'm sorry. Lady Ba, what flag is that, Lady Ba? What flag is that? Let me know. Wish I knew all the flags. There's red at the top, black in the middle, green at the bottom. What flag are we talking about? Here's Anya Overton. I'm from a banned country and I have an interview soon. I have dual citizenship and the second is not on the ban. It doesn't matter, Anya. As long as you have one original citizenship from a banned country, then you're banned. Go to your interview, prepare for your interview, see what happens. See what happens. Furia, my case is, here we go. Shin Kates. What happens after the interview if you're on a list of banned countries? I don't know. Here's what happened. 212F. My husband went for his interview, and what will happen to him after the ban and pause for him? 212F means that they will not issue the visa because of Trump's proclamation. So you have to wait, and when the proclamation is lifted, hopefully the ban will be lifted and the visa will be issued. Maria Belen Alvarez. I want to apply for residency through marriage. Can I work, or would that affect my case? Yes, you can work. Yes, you can apply for residency through marriage to a U.S. citizen or permanent resident. We need more specific questions about all that. Here's another flag that I want to know what it is. That person, I don't know. Also from a banned country currently waiting for citizenship interview. Are people still getting interviews? That's good. I don't know, but I'm recommending people apply. Okay. I'm recommending people apply. Can I travel on my regular visa? I don't know enough about your background to give you that advice. If I'm filing 212A6E consulate thinks I'll smuggle my baby. What do I do? You need a lawyer. You need a waiver. What's the latest news for 75 country pause? I don't know any new news. I think it's just that's what it is. Hillary, my marriage ended in divorce, but I can't have access to the divorce decree. She wouldn't talk to me. Can a waiver I-765 be filed? I have suffered tremendous hardship. I don't know a way to get you back, Hillary. I don't know a way to get you back. I'm sorry. I wish I could. Great questions today. How long will the waiver take for 212A6E? A long time. Goal mindset. I love it. I'm a Somali citizen waiting for an IR2 visa. Can I get more information? It's going to take time. Anya shared my live. Thank you so much. The flag is Gambia. Oh, I should know Gambia. I should know them all. I should memorize these. That's great. Great to have a Gambian here. What about Afghan refugees? What about them? What questions do you have? What questions do you have? Is there any hope that it'll be lifted for the ban? I think the ban will be lifted eventually, but we don't know when. My prediction is that it'll only be lifted when and if a Democrat wins the presidency in the next election and is inaugurated in January of 2029. That's my prediction. But, you know, maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. And that they lift the ban, and then all of you can come on here and say, Josh, you didn't know what you're talking about. The ban is gone. You said it wouldn't be till a Democrat takes office. I mean, but who knows if a Democrat will win in the next election, right? Democrats not too good at winning elections. So I don't know. I'm no expert on politics. I mean, what? People have to wait until 2029? No, don't say that. Well, I hope I'm wrong. I mean, I love all you people and I want to help all of you. And I hate this ban and I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's lifted tomorrow or today even. I hope it's lifted as soon as this ends. But I think we're in for a long wait. I don't know if the court will save us, and I don't think Trump is in going to be doing things that help immigrants. I haven't heard him do that. Yeah, my heart goes out to you, Lady Bay. It truly does. My father from Afghanistan, can he apply I-130 for 20? I'm Venezuelan. Even if my husband's in the U.S. Army, I can't do anything. You can file for your husband can file for you, and we can see what happens. That's what I can say. Will they process my naturalization through the military? I'm from a banned country. Can I sue? You can try. Why not? I have an interview on Friday for the I-751, and my wife and I received EBT food stamps. Does that affect things? I don't think it should come up. It's not on. Those are no questions about that on the I-751 form. Make sure you go with a good lawyer. Good luck. Thanks for following. There's somebody with 2 things. Peace has exclamation point. Is there any court that's fighting for the lifted ban? Yes, there are lots of lawsuits out there. Lots of them. And no matter what happens in the lawsuit, there's going to be an appeal process. Victor Zaz. I'm reposting my question. Can a 10-year-old arrest, misdemeanor, no contest, deferred sentence, bar a legal green card holder on reentry? Will reentry be allowed to get a day in court, employed, paying taxes, 5 kids with none on welfare? Victor. Well, I wonder what kind of case this was. What was this case, right? When you say misdemeanor, I don't know what that is. I'm an immigration lawyer. What's a misdemeanor? The state law term, but it doesn't tell me what kind of case it was. Was it a bar fight? Was it drug possession? Tell me more. Tell me more.